Hey everybody, Garrett Perella here from Beast Coast Performance to talk to you today about how to train maximal strength and max effort strength training while home during quarantine, or while home and without a home gym in general. So I want to play with an idea that Alex Natera, head strength conditioning coach of the GWS Giants in the Australian Football League, posted on Instagram last week, talking about using the single leg squat to get a similar stimulus to back squatting. So we're going to do a little bit of a mathematic breakdown here. First thing Coach Natera talks about is, by his math and a couple of other studies, when we're performing a bilateral back squat, so a two-legged squat, we are moving approximately 68% of our body weight. So when we're going to use a 68 kilogram, 150 pound athlete today as an example. When we have an athlete doing a back squat, they're moving the external load plus 68% of their body weight. That's going to be the load of the entire system that's creating a stimulus. Now, for the sake of this example, our 150 pound, 68 kilo athlete can squat double body weight, so 136 or 300 pounds. So that 1 rep max system is 136 kilos plus 46 kilos, giving us 182 as the actual full stimulus on the nervous system, the musculature of the legs. So, assuming that we're going to try and simulate that with a single leg, we need to know how much load each of those legs is taking. That said, we're going to assume that the legs are splitting the weight 50-50. So we're going to take the system and divide it by 2, and that's going to give us the load per leg. In this case, at 1 rep max, 91 kilograms for this athlete. So, 91 kilos, total system load is gonna be a 1 rep max estimate on a single leg squat. Here's where we're going with that. We need to know how much external load to add to our athlete to get that stimulus. So, the load per leg in the single leg squat is going to be the same as the system weight. So these are equivalent. That's equal to your external load plus 84% of body weight. Because if we're assuming that from the hips up is 68% of body weight, then from the hips down would be 32%. And if we're going to take one of those feet off the ground, that takes that entire leg out of the equation. So we just cut that in half, 16% of body weight. So we add 16% to 68% gives us 84. Calculate 84% of body weight. In this case, it's 57 kilos. And we're going to use that to determine how much additional load we need to give us a similar stimulus to squatting at different percentages. So let's rewrite our board. We want to figure out how much load to add to a single leg squat to give us a similar stimulus to various percentages of an athlete's 1 rep max back squat. Based off of the math from the first half of the video, we've done this for 90%, 80%, 70%, 60%, and 50% of back squat 1 rep max. We're going to break it down with 90% first. So 90% of our athlete's 1 rep max, remember that's 136 kilos. 90% gives us 122 kilos of external load, meaning the system on that lift weighs 168, and that means each leg is sustaining 84 kilograms of load. To get 84 kilograms of load in our single leg system, where we have 57 kilos at just body weight, we have to add 27 kilograms of load. So this chart is going to tell us how much we need to add to get our percentages. At 80%, athletes moving to 109, means the system weighs 155, 77.5 per leg, we have to add 20.5. At 70% to get the same thing, we need to add 13.5. At 60%, we need to add 7 kilos. And at 50%, since the athlete can squat double their body weight, 50% means they're squatting an external load equivalent to their body weight. System equals 114 kilos, means they have to be able to load 57 kilograms per leg. And wouldn't you know it, that's our single leg, just the system. So training at 50% of back squat 1 rep max, if we wanted to get that same stimulus, we're going to do single leg squats without any added load. Now when you're programming for yourself or your athletes, you can plug these numbers in to your math and figure out, okay, I want to work a true max strength day today. So I'm going to work at 95%, or I'm going to get a stimulus similar to 95% of back squat 1 rep max. Run your numbers and you'll know how much added load to get. So as a review, you take your back squat percentage or percentage of your 1 rep max back squat, find what that load is, add 68% of your body weight, divide it in half, and then subtract from that the weight of your single leg system. Your single leg system weight is 84% of your body weight. I hope this works. I really hope this works. Give it a shot, particularly if you have a need to stimulate maximal strength while we're in what could be 18 months of sitting at home without gyms. Give me some feedback. I'd love to hear it. I'm going to be trying this out in my own training. We need to find creative ways to work around what's going on right now and to still be able to stimulate our athletes and be the ones that come out on top physically when this is all over. So good luck. Have fun. Stay strong. Hey guys, quick thing before I go. I just want to say thank you to Callum Monty and Michael Byatt, my first 2 patrons on Patreon. You guys making that commitment helps me make videos, helps me cover different written topics that we want to talk about, and gives me more time for the creation of this content. Now remember, everything that I put on Patreon, I want it to be free. It's just a place to amalgamate all of my material. So you don't have to donate. Go to the link up here. Everything's there. The non-essentials guide to a training in quarantine, other video, little walkthroughs, things to do to help you get the best out of your physical performance right now. But Callum and Mike, 2 very good colleagues of mine and friends that see value in this. TTMFT, boys.